If there's something that I learned about this movie, it's that you can only eat your poop once. Because if you eat the poop that has your poop that you just ate in it, you'll die because it's way too toxic. Today I'm going to be reviewing the romantic comedy What If, starring Daniel Radcliffe, Zoe Kazan, and Adam Driver, and also this movie is directed by Michael Dowsey. Now this movie was originally shown back in 2013 at the Toronto Film Festival. Audiences loved it, and now we finally got the widespread release here in North America. Funny thing is though, here in Canada, this movie is titled The F Word, and they figured that the States wouldn't like that title, so they changed it in the States to What If. So this movie's actually got two different titles. Now I go to this movie at 10 p.m. by myself because Kayla doesn't want to go. She wants to stay home and do wedding decorations, and I want to get more movie reviews out for you. So I walk into the movie theater and there is couples everywhere. I mean, it is scattered. People are looking at me going, is this guy by himself? So I decided I was going to sit 2 seats away from this chick that's sitting by herself who seems to be in her early mid-40s. And every time that there's a funny scene in this movie and she laughs, it sounds like the fucking Pillsbury Doughboy. Now this movie is pretty much a copy of the 1989 hit When Harry Met Sally, so much so that they should probably have called this movie When Harry Potter Met Zoe Kazan. Seriously though, this is this generation's When Harry Met Sally, and I'm not complaining about that at all because this movie is a pretty damn good time. Daniel Radcliffe plays a character by the name of Wallace that's a really, really nice guy, but has had some pretty shitty relationships, especially his last one. So much so that it kind of screwed over his life, and he's been depressed. He kind of isolated himself in his sister's attic. But finally, one day, he decides he's going to have a little bit of fun, go to a party, and that's where he meets Zoe Kazan's character, and the story begins. Now, when they first start talking, it's pretty innocent. They're just getting to know each other, but then they quickly realize that they have a lot in common, and their personalities are sort of the same, their humor's the same, except that their situations are very different. He's single, he hates where he lives, he hates his job. She's not single, she's in a 5-year relationship. She loves her job as an animator. She has friends and a social life, but they just can't get over the fact they can't resist the urge to get to know each other. And as they get to know each other a little bit more and their friendship becomes stronger and stronger, this movie turns out into, can they just be friends? Can there not be any emotional attachment? Can there not be any sexual attraction? We all know how that's gonna end. And I have to say, I really, really like Daniel Radcliffe in this role. I didn't see Harry Potter at all, which is saying a lot because normally when you get these big movie stars that are known for certain roles, you only see their character from here on out and their career is sort of cursed. That's not the case here at all, and you could tell that Daniel was really, really passionate about doing this film, and it's nice to see these megastars do these lower budget films because they want to and not just because it's going to be a huge box office draw, so kudos to him. Adam Driver is a great addition to this. If you don't know who he is, you better get to know him because he's in a lot of movies coming up. And not only that, he's rumored to play the main Sith Lord in the new and up-and-coming Star Wars Episode 7 film directed by J.J. Abrams. So I'm sure after that gets dropped, he's going to be a household name if he isn't already by the time that movie comes out. Driver plays a character by the name of Alan, who is best friends with Wallace, and these guys have great chemistry on screen. They have this relationship where they can say anything to each other, and I have a few of those friends where I can go, you know what, dude, you look like shit, or if they're saying something that pisses you off, you'll just straight tell them like, yo, F off somewhere, bro, and you guys won't fight because of it. Like, you may have friend fights, but you're not going to hate each other for that. You can speak the truth. That's their relationship in this, and Driver's character is the complete opposite of Radcliffe's. Like, he will do anything to get a girl. He says whatever's on his mind. He's always throwing out this witty dialogue. He's always wants to be the center of attention, when Radcliffe character just is none of that. So when they're together, they butt heads, and it calls for a good time. And I have to say, Adam Driver stole a lot of the scenes in this movie because he just delivered these lines flawlessly. I mean, it was hilarious. And what made it even funnier was listening to the laugh of Pillsbury Doughboy over here beside me. And there's other conflicts in this besides just can they be friends, and that's what I liked about this. It wasn't just a one-dimensional movie. There was other aspects that kind of kept you invested in these characters, and a lot of things that you can relate to as well if you've ever been in a relationship and had to make some hard choices. I just really, really like this movie. I found myself wishing that Kayla was there watching it with me about halfway through, and it was funny seeing the audience members, the couples, as the movie progressed, they started to get closer and closer together, and by the end of this film, they were walking out, holding hands, arm around the shoulder, laughing, giggling. This was a make-you-feel-good movie. It's a must-see for a date. The only real negatives that I can think of is that this was extremely predictable, like most rom-coms, and that the movie really teased the audience. Just when you thought it was going to happen, it didn't, and when it inevitably did, it happened too late in the movie, it sort of wrapped up and it was over, and I left kind of wanting more from these characters and sort of see them in a different light. And I guess that's just a testament to how good this movie really was and how invested I was in the characters. I just wanted more. Call me a pussy, say whatever you want. I went to this movie at 10 p.m. by myself in a jam-packed theater full of couples, and I just was giggling like a schoolgirl. I loved this. This is the best romantic comedy of the year for sure. It had a couple of minor problems, but for the most part, it's a fairly flawless film. I'm gonna go ahead and give this a rating of holy sweet tits. So, what did you guys think about the movie? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Could you just be friends with the guy or a girl knowing that you're in a long-term relationship? Would your better half even allow you to do that? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you very much once again for watching these movie reviews. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button, subscribe, and of course, stay Bouse.